Too easy.
That's awesome. Ever seen this game? It's kind of a banger. It's pretty cool. Got Resident Evil 4 Remix available in VR now. Nice. Now I cannot play it in 2 platforms. Heck yeah. Like the Shrek game? No. This game is like... It's a 3D platformer collectathon Metroidvania. It's actually really sick. So the basic premise is that you just do platforming to collect Scooby snacks and beat boss fights, and the boss fights give you inventions, which are like new upgrades for your platforming, basically. And you have to spend Scooby snacks to open up new areas of the game, and you also have to have certain inventions to go certain places in the game. So like I collect Scooby snacks and use this on the snack gate here, spend a couple of them to open this area. And I do that so that I can progress the story forward and then collect the first upgrade, which is the shovel to let me dig.
Is anyone out there? I need some help in here.
Hey, Regenerators. It's a great game, Jacob. But this game's like really big, has a ton of levels and a lot of content. But this is 100%, so we're gonna skip like all of it because this game's really broken. So the shovel lets you do this, and so now that you have the shovel, you can go to Smuggler's Cove area, and this unlocks like all the Cove side levels. The other side, on the left side of this little hub world, is the graveyard levels, and you can only unlock the graveyard levels by collecting the key that's like really high in the air, and so you do that by having the double jump invention. The springs, which is what we're gonna go collect now. We only need 3 inventions out of like 7 to beat the game. We need the shovel, you need the double jump, you need the helmet, and the ground pound. So we're gonna get them double jump, then helmet, then ground pound in that order. And then from there we could basically just do some out of bounds and skips and stuff to get to the end of the game and beat the final boss. There's like 5 bosses in this game, but we only see one of them, the final one. His time ends when you kill the final boss. Hey, Rags. Waha! Woohoo! Yeah, it's very N64 kind of game, honestly. This is Scooby Doo Night of 100 Frights. This route I'm doing for 80% is like omega outdated, but it's good enough. Good enough to beat the game in like 30 minutes. The sound design in general is just phenomenal, honestly. So the stuff on the ground we can't jump on unless we have the galoshes invention, which we have to go through a bunch of mansion levels and then beat the Black Knight boss fight to get that invention. So we're just not gonna do it. That's really slow. It only gates progress in one spot, and we can easily go around that once we have the double jump, which is what we're about to collect right now. Now that we have the double jump, we can unlock the graveyard levels. So that's what we're gonna do, is go unlock the graveyard levels. Old Death Orb. So we're gonna use this teleporter. It's called a warp gate. Teleport back to the hub world. It lets you teleport like basically anywhere. That has another warp gate. That gets us back here. Then we can unlock the other side of the map. Basically the whole map is divided into the 3 sections: the mansion levels, the coast levels, and the graveyard levels. We definitely haven't seen all of the coast levels. We'll see a bunch more, but we won't see like 90% of the levels in the graveyard area, because as soon as we get the helmet, then we'll be out of here. We need the helmet because we need to press buttons horizontally, and we also need to be able to do damage to the final boss. So for both of those reasons, you need the helmet. But the helmet is like 10 levels away. It's kind of far away. Yeah, this is on emulator. It's like 10 levels, so maybe 15 levels actually is more accurate, deep into the hedge levels. And that's really far, so we're gonna do like a shortcut to get there early. But we're gonna open up a lot of snack gates that require a lot of Scooby snacks, so we need to collect a bunch of Scooby snacks before we move on. In more modern routes in this category, you do like a few other skips that also make it so that you don't have to collect nearly as many Scooby snacks, but I don't know those skips, so we're gonna do this route from like 2016, where I collect a ton more snacks. I really ought to learn that new route because the run will be like 10 minutes faster on average at least, and it'll be easier too. Besides the skips are hard, but you skip some of the harder levels in the run. Like you skip all the fishy. So up there, at the top of the level there is it's called a shortcut. Basically, they're like one-way teleportation places. So like, you're 25 levels into this part of the map. You can use that shortcut to go back to here. That's important because there's lots of stuff that you can only do once you have power-ups that you get later on. But because this game's really good, if you walk at a 45-degree angle, you go right through the wall, and then you can do the shortcut literally backwards. Because the game is broken. So now we're like way further into the levels than we're supposed to be. There is one problem with this though, and that's that we actually skipped too much of the game. We just want to go get the helmet. And this is like pretty far past the helmet, but it's faster to go backwards through these levels than it is to go forward to the other ones, because one of the levels that we normally would go forward to is like a big auto scroller. So that means we gotta do these couple of levels backwards. If you just Google it, you'll find it, Mason Saint. Nah, I've never played Conquerors. Actually, speedrun too fast, exactly. There's actually some skips here too that make this a lot faster, but I just don't know them at the moment. Like, you can like jump out of bounds at the very beginning of this level and then void warp. Like, you fall out of the map and the game sets you to like the beginning of the level. But since you're doing the level backwards, the beginning of the level is where you're trying to go, so you skip the whole level. I haven't learned it. There's like a lot of this. My route's super outdated. I need to learn a bunch of stuff for this game, but I haven't bothered to do it yet. Turned me on to this game. This is the first game I ever speedrun. And it also is my favorite 3D platformer. I figured like I wanted to get into speedrunning, and people usually speedrun platformers. And I knew that speedrunning could potentially ruin games' replayability for you. So I was like, well, what's a game that's a platformer that I really love that I wouldn't mind not being able to play again. So I replayed this game one last time casually just in case, and then I learned the speedrun. Turned out I fucking am not a big fan of 3D platformer speedruns, and I suck at them. And I also do not get games ruined for me by speedrunning them, so. All of my presuppositions were incorrect. However, it was fun. Hey, Sneaky Peeky. I think you're thinking of one of the other Scooby games, because there's no Chinatown levels in this game. That's probably the, I forget what it's called. Not Unmasked. The other one. There's like 3 good Scooby games. There's the Luigi Mansions one, which is Unmasked, I think, and there's Night of 100 Frights, which is like the collectathon, the goat. And then there's like an action adventure one. It's like kind of like this game, but not as good. It's got like Kung Fu upgrades and stuff. I did not mean to jump off there. There's like a jump you can do on the railing there. But I don't remember. Remember is the wrong word. I never knew it. I've only seen it done. Okay, so now we're finally on the level with the helmet. So we're gonna go collect the helmet. And then, once we have the helmet, we'll have 2 out of the 3 inventions we need to beat the game. So, we'll just have to go collect the ground pounds. We've been doing levels in like a pretty intended route, right, so far. But we're about to do them in a very unintended order. Once we get the helmet. And death warp. So I get back to the warp gate easier. Head back over the coast levels. So like I said before, that black sticky tar stuff is supposed to stop you from jumping on it. And that's what's supposed to gatekeep you from going to this section, the fishy levels. Because, you know, you need to break these barrels and you can't. But you can actually just jump on that barrel and then jump over the invisible wall and just skip. That skips the entirety of all of the interior mansion levels and the boss fight with the Black Knight. Because the Black Knight boss fight is at the end of the levels and gives you the galoshes, which let you jump on those. Literally, that's that easy. You just double jump and then, like, boom, like 1/3 of the game skipped. Fortunately, that means that we're in fishy clues for Scooby Doo, these levels, and these are like some of the hardest levels in the game. You can skip these, but I do not know how. There's a void warp you can do where we got the double jump, because that sends you to the default location, which is like on the other side of fishy, which is pretty cool, but I don't know the setup for it. I'm not sure exactly what you do in like a super modern round. Like if you're doing creepy early, I think you would go get creepy early now or something. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-na-na. Scooby does have the swag, the drip. Look at these Tokyo drifts, dude. I missed the cycle. It's so sad. Oh, I was like inside the platform. That was weird. We tried to amnesia the bunker. Nah, horror games are cringe. I don't like horror games. Yo, I got the cycle skip. Nice. I like video games with video game in them, and horror games usually don't have very much video game in them. So I tend to avoid. Scooby! No! Hey, Wasky. There's the snack gate. That's the big one. So, like, you should be able to skip that one. If you see that level in the background there, that's where you get the springs, and you can do a bit of a void warp to skip that whole thing. But apparently it's pretty easy to. I should at least learn that. I just spent like a day, learn the new skips and stuff. I'll improve immensely, like overnight. Maybe I'll do that before I do Left 4 Dead again. Just do a little tiny bit of Scooby grind. Yeah, thanks, Matthew. You definitely could, though. You shouldn't mystify it so much. It's really easy, honestly. All you need to do to speedrun is just play the game and have a timer up. That's it. I'm glad you enjoy them. I promise you, though, it's really all there is to it. Well, cutscene skip by sleeping in a bed in the nether in Minecraft. I'll try this at home, kids. But it also gets rid of the UI completely, which is kind of sus. It's like stuck in cutscene mode. There you are. That's really all it is. Double downtime, honestly. Like, you'd be shocked. Even if you're not even trying to speedrun, like you're just playing a video game. You play a video game for a second time, like right after beating it the first time, your playtime will like half for that playthrough. Like without you even attempting to do it faster. You know where to go, you know like how to do any of the puzzles that exist or like the boss fights that are there, like you know their weakness and stuff. You'll beat it infinitely faster. And then you just literally, like you just do that like 5 or 6 times and boom, you have like a semi-competent speedrun time. I mean, sure, there is a whole other level of speedrunning, which is like, you know, you have live split set up and you're like trying to figure out every little possible time save and you're like really grinding it and like practicing every day and stuff. But that's like, you know, not necessary at all. Like you don't, like no one jumps into doing that, you know? Everyone just starts like playing the game multiple times in a row, you know? Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. To be honest, Claire. Good. So this whole time, basically, we've just been heading to grab the ground pound invention so that we can beat the game. And it's in the next level, so we're almost there. But we need to open up one more snack gate before we can beat the game, and it's 850 snacks, so we're just over halfway there. The Dredge Co. First game was DMC3. The Scooby Doo speedrun more consistent than RE4. Yeah, there's basically no RNG in this game. Actually. The only thing that's random is like the mastermind teleport location at the end. And if you're running 100%, there's like one level that has RNG. Other than that, it's, yeah, really consistent. The section I need to beat, that thing I just sent up to the top, it's got the power up in it. But in order to do that, I need to kind of have clean movement. I don't want to bonk like that. Yo, Matthew, thank you so much for the 15 bucks, dude. I really appreciate that. Much love. That's huge. Thank you so much. Yeah, bonking like that's not fun. If you do it too much, then you'll actually have to go all the way back down and send the box back up. We're good though. I got the ground pound, which means I have everything I need to beat the game. So now we go beat the game. There's like 5 or 6 bosses in this game, and we're only gonna fight one of them in this run. Which is good because actually, now that I think about it, like all the bosses are random in this game. But like the only category that you really see most of them is 100%. So this part of the game right here that we've seen a bunch of times now has a little breakable wall here, and that sends you to like near the end of the game. There's a trick that used to be Xbox exclusive called Creepy Early, which lets you go down here without having to have the ground pound and like skip all of that stuff basically. But really recently, like a week ago, it was discovered it's actually possible on GameCube. It's just really hard. And that saves like that trick that I didn't do, but like, you know, I just explained. Saves like 5 minutes or something. Makes the speedrun like 15 minutes long. Which is pretty wild. This is like a super old route I'm doing though, so like under 30 minutes would be pretty solid. So normally to get to the final boss, you need to go through all the coast levels and fight the Redbeard boss fight, so that this section will have bats in it, and then you can use those bats to platform to the next section where there's a giant fan. And this fan, you're supposed to go through all the graveyard sections and beat the green ghost boss, who then gives you an umbrella, which are used to fly up the fan. But I just did the platforming without having to do the Redbeards part, so that skips like half the game. And then this is called Green Ghost Skip. Basically, instead of using the umbrella to go up this, you do an insanely tight set of platforming jumps, and then jump off a bat's head. That skips all of the graveyard levels and that boss fight. Fortunately, this trick is complete cancer. So, last marathon when I ran this, I spent here 30 minutes on this trick. So, let's hope it doesn't go that bad. I almost got it like second try. So hopefully it goes better. Hey Naveep. Hey Chaser. See, I got a single jump there, but it was my second jump for whatever reason. Basically, you're landing on little intersecting pieces of collision in the walls for just long enough to be able to get your jumps back, and then you jump, basically. Come on, Scooby. This is the reason I stopped playing this game a long time ago. I decided that 3D platformer speedruns are not for me. This trick sucks. Oh, almost. Bruh. The crazy part is if you don't hit this on like the very first attempt, you miss a cycle and then like literally world record is dead. Which is crazy. Because I can't even hit it on the 500th try. At one point I had practiced this and I actually got pretty good at it and I could do it within like 10 tries no matter what. But I don't. That was a long time ago. I'm a different person now. I've regressed. I'm gonna leave the room, come back. It's gonna work now. Surely. I literally can't even land on the first one. This is so annoying. Oh, let's go. Okay. Oh, I trolled so hard though. I should have just committed, dude. I overthought the bat jump super hard. I shouldn't have gone for the ground pound. That would have been fine. Just doing the double jump. Plus. Fuck this trick. The hardest part is like getting this third jump because You need to get really high up there, and you just barely have the room. Yeah. You have to hit like 2 very full jumps out of this one, and be at the right angle. I'm very sad that I threw now. Please. Forgive me, God. I know I squandered my opportunity, but could you please give me another chance? See, these games have anything in common. Yes, I play them. That's the common denominator. What's up, extra? I swear it gets easier if you restart the room. I have no idea why that would be possible, but... Bruh. That dyslexic me. How you doing, dude? Oh, I can't even land on the second one. What was this? Scooby Doo 9 of 100 frights. Bruh, how did that not get the third jump? Come on. I hate this game. Oh, thank God. Okay, now don't overthink it. Thank you. God, I hate GGS. The best part about the trick too is you don't get a checkpoint after you do it, and this floor instantly kills you. So if you touch the floor, you have to do the whole trick again. And there's actually like a really precise jump that saves like 15 seconds right at the start of this room that if you want a good time, you have to do. So like you get the trick, I mean in an actual run, ideally first try, and then it's like, okay, now I gotta fucking do this really hard jump right after, and if I mess it up, I have to do the trick again. Oh, that was brutal, but it wasn't that bad. This should be like a 40 or something. There's no consistent setup for it. I mean, you could do it if you're good at the game, first try. Like, if you're going for world record, if you don't hit it literally first try, you miss a cycle on the bats and you lose world record. It's just really hard. And I'm really bad. So like, if you're good at the game, you do it like first try every time. But it is very hard. Come on. Scooby's vibrating like he wants to go through the wall. There we go. I play it like once a week. I'm pretty bad.
Ready,
Like 0% DS. I don't think that doping is really a problem in the speedrunning community. We skipped the whole first phase of this boss fight by just clipping through the wall. It's kind of funny. You just hold at a 45-degree angle and you go right through the wall. It also skips the intro cutscene. The boss. Unfortunately, it makes it so that the really bomb-ass music doesn't play. But what can you do? How to consistently kick an RE4 Classic. You just shoot the enemies in the face, and you'll get a kick prompt. That's really all there is to it. So the mastermind where he spawns here is random. This is like a pretty okay spawn. I only had to hit him like twice. That's pretty solid. Hey, I got trolled. And that's time. Hey, 38. Sub 40. Let's go.